Okay, good morning and welcome to a review of My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, episode 9. Now, that is hot, I get it. It's New York, it's freaking hot outside today. Who am I to wrong? Now, this episode review of My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex. This had the answers we wanted. Since the beginning, I compare this to all the shows that had to deal with situations like this, like Domestic Girlfriend or Kiss Egg Sis, if you want to see the who's getting who. But this had all the answers about how the hell did it start. Whose fault is it that Yume or Mizuto? Whose fault is it? We finally got the answer to this one. And by God, you're talking about an answer that's kind of like, wow, we needed this. Now there's going to be sides of the table. There's going to be sides whose fault is it, like on Team Yume or Team Mizuto. Well, we got the answers right here. So without further ado, let's get right to it, the review of My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex, episode 9. Okay, so Mizuto and Yume's relationship had a lot of a summary behind it. They kissed, okay, and then Mizuto was the one who let Yume come to the house for the first time with no parents. And that's the thing about it. They had no freaking parents. Their parents weren't even at home. They had a shot to fool around, but I get it. It's Domestic Girlfriend. You could watch Domestic Girlfriend and you can see how they did it, like their first time they did it, like with no one home. But my point is, why didn't they just kiss or do something else? But I get it, they're young. Well, I know people gonna say, but they're young. Okay, one can make an argument that. Okay. And then he brought a book that says, I want to eat your pancreas. And I'll be honest with you guys. Watch the movie. Go watch the movie. Because that movie is golden. If you ask me, what is the saddest movie to me, the saddest anime movie of all time in my eyes, I will say Your Name. Your Name, Silent Voice would be second, Grave of the Fireflies would be third, and I gotta put I Want to Eat Your Pancreas would be the fourth. That's, to me, that's my order. That's in my eyes. Okay, so they sat down each other just reading the book. Just reading, and then, confident, and Yume is trying to kiss him. I am so freaking hot. Sorry, I got this. Yume's trying to, go kiss him, but, Mizuto being the same as usual, he's like, I gotta take you home. I don't want your parents to get worried. Now, in that moment, both people are at fault. Mizuto was like, I had it. Why didn't I just had to read a book. I could have done something else. Yume was the one who's like, I could have just kissed him. They're all at fault. Now, I gotta compare or something. High School of Dead is my religion. It has always been my religion since day freaking one. Remember that moment when, sorry, my brain kind of fucked up. Remember Ray and Takashi was like, hey, Pinky Promise. Remember that little flashback when we were kids? Like, hey, Pinky Promise, let's get married and all that stuff. And then they did a Pinky Promise. And then all of a sudden they broke it up. They broke up in high school. I'm like, oh my God. Fellas, here's what you don't do. When you pinky promise, that ain't shit. That shit don't last. Okay, so they in separate classes. Mizuto's in class 3-1, Yume's in class 3A. And now they feel like, Yume feel like she's out confident. She doesn't have any confidence because, one, she's a nerdy girl. I don't think they're going to like her. She doesn't have the confidence to make friends. Mizuto, he doesn't really care about friends. It's not like he doesn't care about friends. It's just that his life is not just around like friends. He's just being himself. But Yume want to go outside the box. She wants to be like, I need to make friends. I don't want to be a loner. But they're like, yeah, let's promise we'll hang out on Valentine's Day and then hang out on Christmas. Let's do all of that. So yeah, their routine was going to the library and talk like they normally do. But here's where this is where the drama kicks into overdrive. Yume made a friend. That's a good accomplishment. But this is where I get pissed off about it. She's concerned, she's hanging out with her friend more than hanging out with Mizuto. That's the fucking problem. You see, when you're in a relationship, yeah, you can have friends, but there's got to be a certain boundary where it's like, okay, sorry guys, I gotta hang out with Yumi could just say, I'm sorry, I really gotta hang out with my boyfriend. I'm sorry, we haven't talked all this stuff. We gotta talk, stuff like that. You could have friends. You can have your boyfriend. You know what I mean? You could juggle it. It's not even a contest. Just juggle it. You could say hanging out with your friends, and then after school you can hang out with you can hang out with Mizuto. You can do that. That's easy. Now, in some cases, you could tell Mizuto, I can't do that. And he understands. Like he did. He's like, because Mizuto asks Yume, hey, you want to hang out next weekend? She's like, no, I'm hanging out with my friend. Really? Come on, man. That's a slap in the face. And I'm going loud on this episode because, damn, I was fucking tight. I mean, why did they do that? Hey, hey girl, I'm free this weekend. You want to hang out? Oh, no, something came up. I can't do it. I'm like, yo, come the fuck on. He had plans, man. But that's a different topic getting on the way. Now, she keep bringing up her friend, and Mizuto got really pissed off about it. He's like, can you not talk about your friend anymore? It's irritating me. Okay. That's when the moment the wall keep breaking. But here's where the wall gets breaking. Yume didn't get a chance to hang out at the library. Okay, but then this one day where one afternoon she goes to the library and she sees Mizuto talking to another girl in the seat that she always sitting in. And she's all suspicious, like, wait a minute, is he breaking up with me? Oh wait, why is she sitting in the chair I'm in? Why is she not sitting there? All that stuff. Oh my God, why is she cute? And she gets right off the gate, she just accused him of cheating. And I'm like, dude, she's not like that. He's not like that. No. And then after that girl left, she comes to him and said, why are you talking to her? Why is she sitting in the seat? This is my seat. This is the seat that we always sit together. His reason, no, Mizuto had a good reason. He's like, what are you talking about? She just came for the first time, and she just wanted to know what books to read. And we just talking about books and such. No big deal. It's no big freaking deal. It's none. There's no, nothing. It's like Yume is not okay with having a female friend. So what? Now, I get it. People saying male and female have friends don't go together. But if you're in a relationship and you have a female friend, that's fine. Now, and he's not doing anything wrong. I mean, if it was cheaters, yeah, we could put cheaters, we put cameras there and you cheating. Okay, I get that. But Mizuto is not doing any of that. All he did was reading a book. Girl came to him and she just wanted to know what books she's into and all that. Or books you recommended. That's all it was. And now Yume is all spatting, why are you doing this? This is my seat. You trying to break up with me on this shit. And that's that. That's the problem right there. A huge misunderstanding. And then Yume understand it like it was a misunderstanding? Really? You couldn't just say, I'm sorry for accusing you or anything like that. Mizuto, on the other hand, he's all like, I should have just apologized. I lashed out. Now, if you ask me whose fault it is overall, it's Yume. 80% of it is Yume. While the 20% is Mizuto. And the only reason I said 20% is on Mizuto is because, you told her to make a friend. That's that. But it's not okay for you to lash out on her for something she did. You know what I mean? Yeah, she made a friend. Okay. But don't use your reason as a friend. Don't use your reason to end this relationship. So basically, it's like, I get it, but it's not your fault. Okay. Now, remember the pinky promise? Remember that pinky promise? Okay. So they're trying to reconcile their relationship, but it didn't go well. And there were moments that was sad, like when it was Christmas, especially when it was Christmas. They you may sat outside in the cold in the park just watching the Christmas tree light up while Mizuto is reading the book. When it was a school festival, they didn't dance around the bonfire. They didn't do that. Yume was with her friends. Mizuto was just out in the schoolyard just looking at the stars. You see what I mean? They thought they could reconcile their relationship, but again, they keep going down the freaking drain. And then, when they graduated, they're like, let's break up. Yeah. And after that. Now, they didn't think they were going to meet up. They didn't think it was going to be the worst case scenario of meeting up. But then all of a sudden, here comes here comes your stepsister, the girl that you broke up after graduation is now your stepsister. That's the worst. That's like, wow, talk about fate. It's like they really want us together. But we've been arguing now where we're step siblings, like it's hard to wow, okay. Got no other choice. But yeah. But again, this episode 9 was not just a flashback episode. And people think flashback episodes are a waste of freaking time. However, this episode was really good because we finally get to see the rise and the fall of this relationship and how did it came to this moment where it's like, whose fault is it? So if you ask me whose fault it is overall, 80% is Yume's fault. The 20% I give it to Mizuto. That's me. So I blame Yume for this relationship to end because of her actions. That's just me. So now that we got all the answers, let's go back to the present time with them arguing at the end, and let's see the continuation of it as it goes on. So I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.